What's up, guys? Welcome to Satoshi Finance and Capital. My name is Danny. This is my first video, and I'm gonna go start with a bang. This is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time, and I plan on being as raw and real and emotional and passionate as I possibly can about this particular topic. With other videos, I might try to go for the professional approach, but with this one, I want to have fun. And I want to give you guys the real scoop on what's going on out there in the industry that I make a living off of, my bread and butter, and my career, my business. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit passionate, but let's talk about it. Why is trading so hard? The first reason why trading is so hard is because of the education that's out there. Let me put air quote on education. There are so many bad teachers and bad gurus and frauds and scammers and pyramid schemes and marketing tactics out there to take your money. And it's ridiculous. I mean, let me give you guys an analogy real quick, okay? Back in the days, if you guys wanted to research anything, you want to learn anything, period, right? Trading, coding, whatever, play ping pong, whatever. You're gonna have to either go to school for it or go to the library, a public library, a real library, get books in the library off the bookshelf, open up each chapter, flip through the pages, take notes, and that's the only way you could do it, right? So back in the days, it was so hard to get your hands on good information because it wasn't available, and it was very hard to access. Since the internet came out, you have this platform where anybody can be an influencer, anybody can be a teacher, anybody can be a guru, anybody can be a mentor, a coach. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is, because you can truly learn anything online on YouTube. I really believe that. You can learn anything. But there's so much information out there, there's so much noise, and it's almost impossible to filter out and how do you know who's good and who's bad, and how do you know which one to invest your time and money and energy and effort in? How do you know that? I went through the same thing. I didn't know. I was scammed by 4 or 5 of these courses before. It's especially in an industry like trading, where it's not really regulated like that, and there's no place where you can like look up reviews. Oh, is this course good? No, you can't really find that on there. So you just kind of have to learn by trial and error, and it's very painful in the beginning. But let me continue. Let me move forward. This is a YouTube video that I found, and there's thousands and thousands of these videos out there, guys. This is not the only one. Look, just type in forex trader. 17-year-old forex trader turns 2,800 pounds, which is like maybe $3,500, into 150,000 pounds in under 72 hours. And he got 700,000 views. Come on, you guys. And just looking at this and looking at the views and looking at the thumbs up and thumbs down ratio, it just tells me that you guys really believe this shit, man. You guys really drink the Kool-Aid. You really think this is possible. You think that this 17-year-old kid was able to turn $2,800 into $150,000 in 72 hours. That's a 50x. That's a 50x of his capital. That's 5,000% in 72 hours on his cell phone. And I watched the entire video. Let's look at the comments, okay? Let's look at the comments. It's killing me that your phone is gonna die as you're doing all this. Yeah, the whole video, his phone was on 3%, and he was having like 4 or 5 positions open. Each one of them was like 9 to 10K each position. So what happened if your phone dies? Does that sound professional to you? Does that sound like legitimate? This guy is not a teenager. He's at least 400 years old and not human. Multiple trades of upper one lot and remaining that calm. You must be a psychopath or have no capacity for emotion. Yeah, He's nonchalant about it because it's not real money. Anybody can open up an MT4 account, right? On any platform, on any brokerage, any exchange, TD Ameritrade, Oanda, whatever, right? And start a demo account, meaning it's paper money. They give you $100,000 paper money to practice trading. But you would take trades and it would show profits and losses the same as if you would see on a live account. And that's the trick, guys. That's it. That's all it takes for these guys to fool you. That's all it takes for these guys to show you these videos of them making hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's it. It's the easiest, oldest trick in the book, and everybody's still falling for it, and it trips me the fuck out. So yeah, of course he doesn't have emotion. He doesn't care. It's fucking paper money. Anybody can do that. This guy said he dropped 6 lots, lost 11K, and then said, my mistake, I was risking too much, and then opened 10 lots and made 90K, risking it for the biscuit. Fire, fire, fire. Sure. He opened up 6 lots, he lost 11K, and it was like, oh, my bad, I was taking too much risk. Let me go ahead and dial it down. And then open up 10 more lots and made 90K. Does that sound real to you? Does that sound like something that... Let's go. It's crazy how people have to work a year to see the money he's making in minutes. The crazy thing is, if he did it, you could too. Now that's a dangerous statement, because now you're telling people that this is possible, and that's gonna lead a lot of people down financial ruins, and you're directly fucking with their lives. And that's why it gets me so angry, man. It gets me so upset, because you know, trading is a wonderful business, man. It's the most challenging career that you can possibly get into. I really believe that. Aside from maybe brain surgery and, you know, something in going to the army, or, you know, getting deployed. Aside from that, this is a hard business. But it's worth it. It's worth it, and it's a beautiful business, man. It's financial freedom. It's scheduled, no constraint, no boss, no customer. Recession proof. You can make money up or down. But there's a lot that goes into it, that you need to invest the proper time, education, training, and coaching in order to be sufficient at it. Just to be profitable. Just to be profitable. If your first year of trading and you'll break even, you're a stud, man. You're good. Straight up. Because most traders lose all their money within 3 months. All of it. It has a 95% fail rate. That's trading. But let me continue. We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh man. So yeah, just a lot of nonsense comments and people just basically, you know, just riding him, man, giving him props for doing this. So this is his account on Instagram that I found. Of course, DM me for forex and business inquiries. Why in the fuck, if you're making that much money, why do you need people to DM you? Why do you need people to hit you up to invest with you, or pay for your course, or pay for your signal service, whatever the fuck else? I don't know what he's trying to sell. I didn't look. But why would you need that? Let me explain something to you guys. If somebody can turn $2,800 into $150,000, that's a 50x return, right? In 72 hours. Then why can't they turn that $150,000 into 50x? That's about what, $70 million in another 72 hours. That's what it is, yeah. So if you take the same compound returns, it will be from 150 to 75 millions in another 72 hours. So within 1 week, you telling me this 17-year-old kid could turn $2,800 into $75 million in 1 week on his phone, on his cracked iPhone with fucking 3% battery? And then what? So what? You give him another week? He's gonna turn that 75 million into what? What's 50x of 75 million? What is that? 350, maybe 3.5 billion or something like that? In 2 weeks? And you guys really believe this shit? That's the sad part. That's That's what hurts me is you guys gotta have higher standard, man. You gotta use your brain, guys. Use your common sense. Any human being that can generate this kind of returns and generate this kind of percentage would be the most powerful man on earth, or woman on earth, on planet earth. Donald Trump, Mark Cuban, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Zuckerberg, nobody has shit on him. Do you understand that? Nobody can generate that kind of return. If you can generate returns like that, you would take over the entire world. There would be nothing left for us peasants. Do you get that though? I just want to drill this into your brain, guys, so that the next time you see another video like this, please have that red flashing sign pops up and says, scam, 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 run for your life, because that's exactly what it is. And I come on, guys, please. No, not even the CEO of a Fortune 500 company makes that much money. $150,000 in 72 hours, and then he's able to compound that by putting that back into his capital and trade that. $75 million in a week? What the fuck, man? Come on, guys, please. 100% success rate. And that's another issue. I mean, it's just beating a dead horse at this point, but it's like, bro, if you promise 100% success rate, you're saying that every trade you take, you win. And we'll see why that's bullshit. And then there's this guy, I'm just gonna use another example. Blocked out his name. He said, I turned $580 into $335,000 in 1 year, because it's 2017 year in review. Yeah, this guy's not as he's not claiming as big of a return as this fool, but at the same time, this is also bullshit. Complete bullshit. You can't make that kind of money in a year trading. You just can't. $500 to $335,000, impossible. And I'll explain why. This is from Market Watch. If you guys know who Warren Buffett is, he might arguably be the greatest investor ever lived. Ever. And then his right-hand man, who's George Soros, these are their returns, okay? Berkshire Hathaway average annual returns have shrunk to 8%, less than 8% a year. Less than 8% a year. That's the best hedge fund manager in the world. George Soros. Prior to the dot-com bubble bust in 2000, both Soros and Buffett boasted 30 for 30 track records, which is an average annual returns of 30% over the period of 30 years. So in 30 years, their average return was 30% per year, and that was before the dot-com bubble bust. So that was good. That was during good economic condition. They were making 30% a year. Now, granted, as a retail trader, you should be able to make more than that, because you're trading with a smaller account. You're trading with $100,000, $200,000, $1 million, whatever. It's easier for you to get in and out of position compared to these guys who has literally hundreds of millions of dollars, or if not billions of dollars, in their fund portfolio that they have to reallocate and get in and out. It's very difficult for them to have the liquidity of the market to take the risk that we can take. So yeah, granted, we as retail traders could make more than that, but it's not. But this just goes to show you that this is what reality looks like, guys. We're not Thanos, okay? We can't snap our fingers and change reality. Like, this is not. We gotta get back down to earth a little bit, So let's continue. So you hear these marketing buzzwords a lot with these educational resources, whatever out there. Freedom, and you hear this a lot with trading, right? Freedom. They use the word freedom. Guys, traders, we don't, as an entrepreneur, period, not even traders, your goal is not really to have freedom. I mean, yeah, we all want the freedom of not being yelled at by our boss, not having people in our fucking ears telling us what to do constantly. But that's not what we want. We want to work hard. We want it. We want to. Like, I sit in front of my computer And I chart, I back test, I forward test, I journal, I review my trades. I record myself trading, I watch it. I do that all day long. I'm looking for other things to do. I'm trying to grow my business, my YouTube, trying to start a podcast. I'm always looking for more ways to expand, to work. That's just what makes a successful person successful. So when they're giving you these buzzwords, they hooking you in with these, oh, have freedom. You gotta ask yourself, why do you want freedom? Are you lazy? They're appealing to you because they know that you don't want to work hard. They know that you don't want to take the hard path, the hard route to get to success. They know that you don't want to get your hands dirty. They know that you don't want to spend years learning something just to be successful at it. They know that. So they want to give you the easy way out. They know you hate your job. They know you hate your boss. They know you don't have the money that you want. You want that nice car. You want that Lambo. You want them Jordans. You want that new the new Ferrari, whatever, the new Rolex. They know that, and they're preying on you. They're literally preying on you. You're like a gazelle in the middle of a fucking jungle, and they're just sitting there. They're gonna take away. They're preying on you, pretty much, right? Let's move forward. Start making money right away. Once again, no other business or career is that realistic. I mean, you need time. You need time to train. You need time to practice. You need time to move up the ladder, move up the rankings. So you need time to get good at what you're doing and compound your time, your effort, your capital, whatever else. You're not gonna make money right away. It's ridiculous, guys. Come on. Passive income. I hate that word, man. I hate that word. I mean, yeah, who doesn't want passive income? But you guys, your idea of passive income is completely unrealistic, and it's misleading. It's misleading the way they're advertising it to you. Passive income to me is me working hard my whole life, saving up my money, having the financial means to invest in maybe real estate or open up a business where I don't have to run it, constantly, directly, and then that gives me money every single month. Or me starting, a YouTube channel, or me starting a podcast like I want to, and allow that to give me, revenue stream every single month, every single year, whatever. That's passive income, but that comes after the work. You gotta work first, man. You gotta get to the top of the mountain first before you can make these demands, before you can, you can kick back and sit, drink a margarita somewhere on the beach and collect paychecks in the mail. That's after. That's like retirement money, and the way they're advertising it to you is like, oh, you have passive income right away from trading. You can just press a few buttons on your phone and you make thousands of dollars a day while you sitting there, eating a cheeseburger or whatever else. Man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. They're appealing to you and your lack of motivation to work. They're appealing to you because they know that you're not the 1%. If you were the 1%, you would never fall for this shit. And that's what they call it trader porn, where they post Lambo, they post watches, they post money, right? They post private jets. 99% of that shit is rented. They rent that shit. And they use it to, like I said, it's like bait. It's like bait to them, man. And you guys are eating it up. So another reason why trading is so hard is because a lot of new traders are undercapitalized. They don't have enough money for this business. And any business in the world requires capital. And I just don't understand why people think that this is any different. You need money to make money, and you need a lot of it. And I'll explain. All professional traders risk 1 to 2% maximum per trade. Maximum per trade. They risk 1 to 2%. That's it. And I'll explain why later. Averaging about 10 to 15% a month. Now that's my estimate, right? And I would say that that's actually on the higher end of the spectrum. Most traders, I mean, of course, there's traders that makes more, but there's a lot of traders that makes less. that's been in the game for a long time, and nothing's wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a trader that tells you, man, I've been doing this for 10 years, and you ask him, oh, what's your return per month? And he's like, oh, I make 5% a month. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Doesn't mean he's just a shitty trader. No, it's just his style of trading. That's just what he aims for. That's where he's comfortable taking risk. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean that you're a shitty trader. So yeah, 10 to 15% a month is my average that I also, estimate for the rest of the industry for a retail trader. Retail trader, smaller capital, not no hedge fund Warren Buffett $10 billion account. No. So for example, with $10,000, they would risk $100 per trade. That's 1%, right? Per trade. And they would make about $1,000 to $1,500 a month. That's 10 to 15%. Now, if you look, you can't live off $1,000 a month. You can't pay bills with $1,000 a month, man. Most people can't. You can't live off of that. So, and most of you guys don't even have $10,000 to start an account. That money that you're starting with right there, the $10,000, you better be willing to lose that money. It's not just like, oh, this is my life savings and I pay bills with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and trade with it. No, because you have to go into this business assuming that you could fail, and and that let's hope that if you do fail, it's not gonna be too catastrophic for you financially. That you can rebound from that you can, give it another go if necessary down the road. A lot of you guys don't have that. You don't have that luxury. You don't have that money. You don't have that capital. So you can't even make $1,000 a month. So I don't know why people think that this is like a shortcut or an easy way for them to just quit their job, man. It's like they hate their job. They go home and they probably type in, damn, how can I make money at home? And trading is probably one of the first thing that pops up, and they just eat it all up, man. So between 100% to 150% of their account per year, so that's about $15,000 a year. As you can see, once again, you can't really live off of that. Most people can't. So why do professional traders only take 1% risk per trade? Why? Let's read some trading cards. Good traders realize that they can have 10 to 20 losses in a row. It's part of the business and trading. It happens, just accept it and move on. He's a trading coach. It's very true. You could have a 10 to 20% losing streak. You got to be okay with that. It happens. It happens in the market. It happens a lot. So the question is, how do you manage that? Honestly, when you're a trader, when you're a good trader, if you ask any professional trading coach or anybody that's been doing it for a long time, they'll tell you what you are ultimately is a risk manager. You are a risk manager. You're a person that manages your risk, that you know how to basically soften up the blow when the market basically want to beat your ass, right? When you have these 10 to 20 losses, you got to know how to block and defend yourself so that you can live another day. You can live to trade another day. You can live to fight another day. That's the point. That's how you become a good trader, is by sticking around, being around long enough to where your strategy start working, and then now you can start making that good money. But you always play defense. That's the key. You don't go and do this. You don't go and do that. That's just not sustainable. It's not realistic. It's not sustainable. It's not none of that. Trading card. A trading plan must be based on the key assumption that it is impossible to know with certainty the direction of any given market at any given time. No, you did not read that wrong. A trading plan must be based on the key assumption that it is impossible to know with certainty the direction of any given market at any given time. Peter Brandt, 20, 30 years in the business, one of the best in the world. Why is he saying that? What is he saying? What does that mean? What do you mean you don't know with certainty where the market's going to go? How do you make money? What happened to charts analysis? What happened to all those lines you be seeing on the charts? What happened to support resistance? What happened to all that? He's saying that you do not know. Have you ever heard the phrase, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent? What does that mean? That means that the market can be really, really sporadic, and it can do some crazy, stupid shit that doesn't make any sense. You could see a stock, let's say Microsoft. You see, oh man, they just released a new computer, a new laptop. Bam, good fundamentals. And you're looking at the charts. You're like, oh man, this is perfect right here. This is, bam, bam, bam. It just broke through resistance. Oh man, all-time high volume. Everything looks good. And you're like, you know what? This stock's gonna go up. There's no way it's not gonna go up. How can it possibly not? The earnings was phenomenal. They beat it. Everything is good. And then the stock just tanks after you went long. How do you explain that? You can't. It just happens. It's just the market does shit all the time that doesn't make any sense. And the thing is, it can remain in that state of not making any sense, of saying fuck you to you way longer than you have enough money to stay in the game for. That's basically what that means. The market can stay irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Remember that. So that's another thing you just don't know. Novice traders trade 5 to 10 times too big. They are taking 5 to 10% risk on a trade that they should be taking 1 to 2% risk on. Bruce Kaufner. You see that? You guys are trading 5 to 10 times too big. You're trading 10% of your account. Remember this? Remember this? What happens if you take 10 losses? We already know that it's possible. We talked about that. 10 to 20 losses in a row. We know it's possible. If you take 10% per trade, one of these losing streak will destroy you. You're done. There goes your $10,000. There goes the money you've been saving for years, thinking you're going to start a new business and you're going to have financial freedom and you never got to talk to your boss ever again. There it goes. Out the window. Done. And after you take a loss like that, do you really think that you're going to have the psychological fortitude to want to try this business again? No, you're done. You're done forever. You're moving on. So now all of a sudden trading is a scam. Now all of a sudden, yeah, all traders fail. They suck. Just because you did some dumb shit by listening to dumb fucks like this and blew your account. All of a sudden, oh, this business is a scam. No, it's not a scam. Wall Street has never been a scam. Wall Street has been there for decades. The forex market, it's a wonderful business. Don't be mad at the market. In this business, if you're good, you're right 6 times out of 10. You're never going to be right 9 times out of 10. Peter Lynch. If you're good, you're right 6 times out of 10. You're never going to be right 9 times out of 10. Remember this guy? 100% success rate? Come on, man. You really believe that shit? So the next reason why trading is so hard is because of the get rich quick mentality. You know, a lot of people, they don't have gas in their car. They don't feel like they can't drive to Vegas, man. Or they don't feel like walking down the street to the liquor store and buy a lottery ticket or a Powerball ticket. So they're like, oh, well, fuck it. I have an internet connection. I have a computer. I can just log on to a trading brokerage exchange, deposit my money, bam, and have a go at it. It's like spinning roulette. What's the big deal? That's not a business. That's not trading. That's not legitimate trading. You're gambling. You're a gambler. Go to Vegas. At least you get free drinks there. Next reason, over leverage. Let's talk about what leverage is before we look at this slide. Leverage is the way for an exchange to allow you to trade as if you have more money than what you actually have. So in stocks, usually you get 4 to 1 leverage. 4 to 1. So if you have $100, you're able to trade as if you have $400. That's stocks. In forex, usually it's 20 to 1. So if you have $1,000, you can trade as if you have $20,000. In cryptocurrency, if you're trading Bitcoin and Ethereum, it goes to 100 times leverage. 100 times. That means if you have $1,000, you can trade as if you have $100,000. Man, that's awesome, right? I mean, come on. All you gotta do is put in $1,000 and you can trade like you have $100,000. That's good, right? Who doesn't want that? But let's talk about it. And I remember this video where this lady was advertising a trading signal service, and she was saying, yeah, come trade with us. We trade Bitcoin, whatever. You're able to trade with 100 times leverage, so that if you only have $1,000, you can trade as if you have $100,000, and you will make this much profit in this little time and all that. And the video just stopped after that, right? And I was like, whoa, you forgot the other side. What happened? Did you have amnesia? Let's talk about it. If you have $100 in your account and you want to go long on a stock XYZ, going long means you bet that it's going to go up. So normally, let's say for every $1 increase in XYZ, you would make $10 in profit. That's normal. That's if you were playing with just $100 with no leverage. With 10x leverage, for every $1 increase, you would make $100 in profit, because it's 100 times, right? Now, this is the part where everybody stops reading. Everybody is oh man, that's fucking awesome. Let me go ahead and get my money right now. I'm gonna deposit $1,000 right now. But let's keep reading though. There's no free lunch, man. Nothing is that easy, guys. But what if you're wrong on a trade? Think about this. If you're wrong, so normally for every, this is supposed to say decrease. Let's say you want to go long and the stock dropped $1. Normally you would lose only $10 in profit, okay? Just $10 if you were going just normal, just no leverage, nothing, just $100. With 10x leverage, for every dollar that it drops, you would lose $100. What's $100? That's your entire account. So, can you do the math now? It goes both ways. The same way that you can profit as if you were playing with $100,000, you can also lose the same amount of money as if you were playing with $100,000. So, one trade would wipe out your entire account. One trade. And remember what we talked about back here? In this business, if you're good, you're right 6 times out of 10. So what happened to the other 4 times when you're wrong and you're playing with 100x leverage? You just blew out your entire account. Your whole account is gone. You're back to work. Call your boss up. Do the math. So there's this guy that this Robinhood customer, 20 years old. He's a kid, man. He killed himself after he saw a $730,000 negative balance from Robinhood. And the note that they found on his computer, pretty much his suicide note, was one single question. How can a 20-year-old with no income be able to get assigned almost $1 million worth of leverage? That was this last message, man. That was the last thing he had to say before he killed himself. That is not funny. And you know why they allow you to have that much leverage? Because why the fuck not? It's free money for them. They know you don't know what you're doing. They know you don't know how to trade. You know why? Because no professional, legitimate trader trades on Robinhood. None. Zero. If a trader comes to you and tells you that he trades on Robinhood, run. So why would you be on Robinhood unless you don't know how to trade? If you don't know how to trade, hell yeah, we'll give you all the extra leverage because we know you're gonna lose. And when you lose, we'll take your entire account. That's why. That's why. And then when you have people like this, people like this, or like this, that's giving you the wrong information and misleading you and misguiding you and tricking you and playing games with you just to take your money. These guys, I don't know how they sleep at night. They're allowing this to happen. They're playing with people's lives, man. It really is tragic. It's tragic. And that's why this gets me going, man. It really upset me. It really frustrates me when I see stuff like that because I know the industry, man. I've been in this game for long enough. I've been doing this for a long time, and I just know what's real and what's not. And you can't You can't tell people these things, man. You can't. This is people's hard-earned money, man. They've been working for years, and you're selling them a dream, and you're not being transparent. You're not being, 100% honest, and it's horrible. It's not a good way to live your life. So trading is the only business in the world where you can go into work and lose money. Think about it. You have a restaurant. If there's no customer that day, you just close up shop and go home. So besides from the fixed cost, the rent, the food, the cost of the ingredients, your workers' cost. Besides from all that, you know, you don't lose money. You just basically you didn't make any money. Same as if you were a car salesman. If you go into work one day and you don't feel good and you can't sell any car, you just go home empty-handed. You didn't make any commission, but you didn't lose any money. With trading, it's the only place where you can go in and you can lose all of your money, all of it, if you don't know what you're doing. And most of you guys don't know what you're doing, so I gotta use that analogy. And not only that, you watch the money disappear right in front of your eyes. There's a P&L, profit and losses bar right here that shows you exactly how much you're down. As the stock goes against you, every tick, every cent, you see your money goes down. You see it red, red, red. It fucks with your head, man. People don't realize. People don't realize, man. When you're running a business, a regular business, any other business, and you're not doing good that month, you usually don't see it until the end of the month when you're paying bills, right? When you're adding shit up, when you're like, okay, revenue, income, subtract expenses, whatever. Oh man, I'm short this month. Fuck. But that's at the end of the month. You don't have to see it right in front of your eyes in black and white every single day, every single second of the trade. It fucks with your mind, man. I'm telling you. I'm not trying to get to no voodoo shit, but psychology is about 80% of trading, and we'll get into that too. So here's a screenshot of a Robinhood account on Reddit that I found. He's down $58,000, man. $58,000. What are you doing? You have no business being in the stock market. Why are you trying to be a trader? Here's a Reddit post on day trading. How to get over a massive loss. The only 2 times I didn't use a stop loss this year, it cost me to lose 40% of my life savings. On the other hand, if I had just let the trade go, I would be up 400%. This destroyed me. I lost my ability to day trade as my account dipped below 25K now as well. I don't care if you would have let the trade go, you would be up 400%. I don't care, because I know that you've been risking way too much money per trade, and that's the reason why you lost 40% in a short amount of time. So anybody can be like, oh well, if only Tesla was going up when it was supposed to be, when it was supposed to, I would be up $3 million right now. But instead I'm down $250,000. I don't care the what if, could have, should have, whatever. The proof is in the pudding. You don't know how to trade. You're inexperienced. You're new, and you're trading way too big. You're taking on way too much size, unnecessarily and stupidly so. And that's the reality. That's the truth. So I don't care. I don't care about, I would be up 400%. No, you're down. You lost 40% of your life savings. Stop loss, headache, and mess. Guys, I've been trading the last few months and I'm feeling like I'm making bad choices. First of all, he's been trading for the last few months. He just said it. I'm down 2K thinking it will go up, but it continues to drop, and I hold and I don't sell. This is the 3rd time I'm doing this, and I'm holding all 3 positions, which is now down total almost 20K. And I'm almost down 90%. I don't know if it's my ego or what, but it's causing anxiety, and all I'm trying to do is generate $200 to $300 daily using under 10K. So this part right here is what everybody wants, right? Everybody wants to, oh man, I just want to make $200, $300 a day, even $100 a day. That's all I want, because that's pretty much what I make at work. If only I can just make that much a day, I'll be happy, right? Like, I'm not asking for too much, just $100, $200, $300 a day. And I have $10,000. Now, Can you make that $200, $300 a day with $10,000? Maybe, yeah. If you're good, if you're experienced, if you're someone like me, if you're someone like Peter Lynch, or if you're someone like Mike Bellafieri, or you know, professional traders that's been in the game and that knows what they're doing, yeah. Because with 10K, you would be trading with $100 per position, right? Because that's 1%. You would risk $100 per trade. And if you aim for 2 to 3% a day, that's a little bit on the high side. But I mean, it's possible it'll be up and down. But you know, you can get something like 1 or 2% a day on average, maybe 1% a day on average. Yeah, you could probably do it if you're really good. If you're really good, and it takes years to get to that level, guys. Years, not months. Years, years. So yeah, this person, his goal, his initial goal wasn't that unrealistic, right? He wasn't one of those guys that's trying to, you know, hit the lottery, hit 100K, and then bam. No, he was just trying to make a little bit of money because he probably hates his job. He probably didn't want to work. He just thought, man, if only I could do this. And I used to think the same way. But he doesn't know how to do it, and so he did it wrong. He did it completely wrong. He's holding on to losers. He's letting it go against them, not letting it go. You know, not taking the stop loss, not selling the position. And now he's just down. He's just bag holding. Now he's holding a big ass bag. That's what he's doing. You know, he's praying and hoping that the stock comes back up, but stocks, they usually don't come back up, man. That's why you use a stop loss. That's why you cut that shit, man. But look, gone broke. He made from $500. I made $5,000 in no more than a week. See, that don't impress me. If somebody tells me, "Hey, I made $5,000 in 1 week with the $500 account," that does not impress me at all, because you're gambling. You're gambling. I'm happy for you, but I know you didn't do it the right way. I know you got lucky. So I'm happy for you, but don't spend that money, because the market will want that money back. And let's keep reading. I lost it all in 3 days. Psh, lost all of it in 3 days. So he made it in a week, then he lost it in 3 days. I'd gone down to 300, and then I made it back. So he got down to 300, and he made it back to $3,000. Clearly, you can see this guy's taking way too big of a position size. He's trading way more than 1% of his account. Today, Kron fucked me up for good. Now I'm left with nothing. No debt, but really I'm just tired, and I'm considering stopping because it's becoming too addictive. I reached a point where I totally forgot that I'm using and losing actual money. So yes, this is really gambling. Yeah, I could have told you that from the first sentence, from the first week when you made $5,000. If you asked me for my opinion, I would have told you take that $5,000 and fucking run and never trade again in your life. Because if you try to put that money back into the market will take it all back. You got lucky, take it and run. But you know what? Nobody would believe me. If they asked me that question, they would never believe me, because they're on a high right now. They're in that euphoria state. You know, they don't wanna hear that shit. You know, to them it's like, oh, fuck you, man. You just mad. You just hating on me. No, this is reality, man. This is the game. This is the business. This is life. Nothing is that easy. Nothing. And another reason why trading is so hard is too much freedom. Way too much freedom. The market is open 24/7. Well, stock market is open from 9:30 New York times to 4:30 New York times, and it's open 5 days a week. The forex market is open all day long for 5 days a week, and it's closed on the weekend. And then you have the cryptocurrency market, which is Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. They're open all day, all night, every single day. So at any given time, you can just pop up into your computer, open up your trading account, and start taking trades. But is that a good thing? I mean, you know, when you open up a restaurant, do you just randomly open up the shop whenever you feel like it? Do you just walk up at 2 a.m. and be like, let me go ahead and open up my Chinese restaurant real quick and see if anybody comes in trying to make some money? and then the next day, you closed it all day because you was too tired because you've been open up all night. Like, nah, it's too much freedom. There's no structure, and people can't handle that. People can't handle that much freedom. They can't, and they start doing stupid shit. Everybody wants to be their own boss, but they don't sit back and analyze. The key word is boss. Who's the boss? The boss is this guy. The guy that sits there and screams in your face, that tells you that you're fucking up, that yells at you when you're late to work, get on your ass when you're doing stupid shit. That's the boss. So if you're gonna be your own boss, you better hold yourself accountable the same way that he would hold you accountable. Because if not, then you just your own coworker, your own friend. So the slogan should be being your own coworker, because your coworker is not gonna snitch you out to your boss when when she sees you doing stupid shit, when she sees you taking dumb trades and breaking your plan and just fucking revenge trading or whatever else you're doing, and waking up 2 hours late after the market open and just fucking jumping on and taking random trades. No, she's not gonna give a fuck. Nobody cares. You gotta ask yourself, if you had a boss that was sitting behind you, that's standing behind you, watching the way you trade, watching what you're doing every single day with your business that you call it your business, what would he say? Would he be okay with that? Or would you be fired 10,000 times over a million years ago? Think about it. You have no structure, you have no discipline, you know that. Just be honest with yourself. You have no motivation 99% of the time. You're gambling away your life savings, your kids' tuition money, your parents' inheritance, whatever. And you call yourself your own boss? No, being your own boss means being your own boss. Being that guy to yourself. That's what that means. And I think a lot of people don't understand the depth of that concept. They really don't. And you're not the 1%, because like I said before, the 1%, they don't think like you. They don't. They're not here for the easy money. They're not here for the quick bucks. They're here to better themselves. They're here to do something that makes them proud. I built this business from the ground up. No matter what happened, through all the ups and downs, the roller coaster, the trials, the tribulations, I was able to do it. I stuck to it. I stayed in the game, and I made it happen. Years down the road. That's the 1%. You're not the 1%. You're the 99%. You're the guy that says, man, how can I make quick, easy money because I don't feel like going to work? You have zero trading plan. You're this guy. You're running into the office with no pants on, socks, no shoes, ties all fucked up. That's you. That's you. What other business can you go into when you don't have a plan? If you're gonna open up a restaurant, you need a menu. What are you selling? Italian? Chinese? Pizza? Burgers? What is it? You can't just wing it every day. You can't just go in one day and be like, oh, I feel like making some chow mein today. The next day, I'll make some sushi. The next day, I think pizza is on the menu today, guys. Does that make sense to you? You gotta have hours of operation. You gotta have ingredients, recipe. How many workers are you gonna hire? How many cooks? How many chefs? How many servers? Capacity for the restaurant. This is your trading plan. This is your business plan. What makes you think trading is any different? That's the thing, man. People undermine this business. And that's why they fail. And when they fail, they get hurt because it's real money that they're putting up. It's real money they're playing with. And psychologically as well. You have no plan. Zero plan. The human psychology. This is the Bible of trading. This sentence right here. Cut your losses short and let your winners run. That right there, that's your friend. That's what's gonna keep you out of trouble. And remember this guy, the guy that couldn't take a stop loss, and he lost 40% of his savings, and he's waiting for the stock to come back up, but he probably never will. You know what most people do? They do the opposite of that. They cut their winners short because, oh man, I made some money. I better take that shit and run before it goes back against me. And they let their losses run. they hold on to it. They fucking hold on to it for dear life because they know that if they sell they sell the stock and they let it go, the loss is realized. It's like, you know, being in a relationship with a bad partner, with an abusive partner, whatever. You just don't want to let it go, right? You just want to keep hanging on. One day maybe he'll change. One day maybe, you know, things get better. It never does. And that's the human psychology for you. You just go against trading. It's gonna test you in so many ways, but that's one of the main things. It goes against your human instincts. It really does. Everything that you thought you knew, you gotta flip it upside down. And it goes a lot deeper than that. But we'll get to that in another video. Entrepreneur plus versus employee. You got an employee who goes to work and he makes the same amount of salary every single month, and he's okay with that, right? And it's okay if he's happy with that. But 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, it just stays the same. You got an entrepreneur who, the first few months or maybe few years, you make nothing. You make zero, not a dime, not a dime. You're running on hope and faith and Red Bull, and then finally you start making money. And you see the dip again, and you go up, and you probably see a dip again after this, and then you accelerate. But an entrepreneur, the 1%, they have to be okay with that. They have to be okay with that, and it takes a lot of faith in yourself. It takes a lot of, you know, self-assurance and mental toughness that the 99% just do not have, man. So who are you trading against? I mean, it's pretty much you is this kid right here going against Mike Tyson in his prime. That's the analogy. The market is always right, and you try to force your way into the market, try to force your will on the market. You're gonna lose every single time. Every single time. You're playing against the Michael Jordans of the world, of the stock market or the forex market, whatever, the Tiger Woods. You're playing against the elites, the best out there, because there's always another trader on the other side of the screen. For you to make money, somebody gotta lose money, vice versa. For you to go long, somebody gotta go short. One person's gonna be right, and if you're not working on your edge, if you're not this guy who's Paul Tudor Jones, right, one of the greatest trader ever lived, you're trading against him, and you're this guy, you're that guy, you're this guy. He doesn't give a fuck about you, man. He'll take all your money. He doesn't know you. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know your story. He doesn't know your name. He doesn't know that you have kids to support. He doesn't know that you got, you know, you're playing with your kids' college tuition. He doesn't know that you've been saving up for the past 10 years, scrubbing toilets and flipping burgers just to trade, just to try to pursue this career and business or whatever. He doesn't give a fuck. All he knows is, oh man, some dumb fuck just shorted the stock. I'm gonna go ahead and go long and take all his money. That's it. And he's gonna clean you out. Because if you're not working as hard as him, if you're not doing what he's doing, what makes you think that you can beat him? If you're not training like Tyson, you're training like this kid, what makes you think that you can go in there and knock him out and make $1 million? It's not realistic, guys. So to wrap this video up, man, it's been a long video. Why is trading so hard? My last word, trading is hard because it's supposed to be hard. Because nothing worth having or doing is easy in life. Nothing. And trading is not the exception. It's not an easy way to make quick bucks. It's not an easy way to hit the lottery. It's not an easy way for you to tell your boss fuck you and stay home and I'll just be a trader and make money. If you come into the market with that kind of mindset, with that kind of attitude, the market will humble you. It will make you its bitch, pretty much. And you're gonna get hurt. You're gonna get hurt. And a lot of people out there are selling you a dream that's not realistic, that's not possible. And you believe them. Because you need to look inside yourself and think, what are my goals? What's my purpose in life? Who am I? There's nothing wrong with somebody that wants to work just a regular job and get a paycheck every week. There's nothing wrong with that. You're contributing to society. We need people like you. We need every kind of people in this world. Every career, every job is important to the economy, to the goods of the overall society. Nothing wrong with that. But don't pretend like you're an entrepreneur when you're not. Don't pretend like you're a businessman when you're not. Don't pretend like you're a trader when you're not. You haven't bled for this. You haven't put in the work. You haven't felt the pain. You haven't, you haven't gone through the narrow roads and the windy and the zigzag and the storm and the hurricane. You haven't been through all that. So don't come in to this industry with that kind of attitude, because you're gonna get hurt. And that's my point. And that's the reason why trading is so hard. If it wasn't hard, everybody would be doing it. If it wasn't hard, there would be no there would be no cooks, no chef, no janitors, no tax accountants, no car salesmen, no restaurant business, no fucking nothing, no doctor, no lawyers even, because if you're a good trader and you've been doing it for a long time, you can make more money than them. So there will be none of that, because if it was easy, everybody would just do that. If it was easy to do this, what else would you do? If you can sit on your phone at your house in the air condition and make $150,000 in 72 hours and compound that exponentially, what else would you even do? What would you even want to do besides that? So that's it, guys. Why is trading so hard? Because it's supposed to be hard. Because if it's not, we wouldn't even make money, because everybody would be a fucking trader. So that's that. Hope you guys learned something. Stay safe out there, man, and just remember, what is your purpose in life? What is your goals? What do you want? This is a very, very challenging business, but it's also very rewarding. Can you stay around? Can you stick around long enough to reap the benefits? Or are you going to blow out like the rest of them? Ask yourself. Alright guys, this is Satoshi Finance and Capital. My name is Danny. Once again, be safe.